This is an ad for a project management tool called Monday.
Alright, I have returned after a long time of not streaming because school and stuff. But I did manage to get pretty close to the end in Submariner, or the Sunless Sea Submariner. So we're going to be doing that today because it is I finished my first day of finals and I want to like celebrate. I guess I don't know. I don't know what this is. Um, so yeah, we're doing actually really well. By my standards, we're doing very well on the stream not collapsing and not dropping frames. So let's hope that keeps up, and let's go. Oh wait, now I have to switch the. Here we go. Load game. Oh yeah, and since it is going to be the summer relatively soon, should be able to do more streams and stuffs, uh, because I'll be bored and not a whole lot else to do. Um, and I've got a lot of games that I'm close to finishing, so you'll be able to see a lot of that stuff. Oh yeah, so we are at Scrimshander. We have united the Seven against Nida. Um, we just need to do a few other random stuff before we can invade the Presbyterate and steal Immortality. And I forgot what we need to do, so we're gonna head back in because it's been like a month or so. And we've got plenty of stuff to do. Alright, we're gonna visit Miriam. You know the way to the Stygian repository now. You make your way through the bony tunnels. Her skin is the exact black blue of the bone walls. She brushes dust from her apron. A small copper kettle steams on the floor at her feet, emitting a sharp, nutty odor. Every surface in the chamber, a tessellation of cemented bone, is engraved. Amongst the threading scrawl, certain phrases repeat. Remember the wax wind, it will find you. I am a candle. Wind, wax, wind, wax, wind, wax. Alright, we're gonna lay our plans. The invasion of Nida will be no simple task. Engineering the downfall of Nida. We have to invade Nida to, which is the capital of the Presbyterate, to, like, become immortal. Nida is a closed city, the guarded heart of the Presbyterate. We must cross the Elder Continent, destroy her numberless armies, and breach her basalt walls. Miriam surveys the broad map of the Neath. We have a lot of scheming to do, citizen. Choose and pursue a method to overcome each of the three obstacles in your way: the armies of the Presbyterate, the way to Nida, and the city's walls. Alright. Defeat the Presbyter's armies. Commit a spy network. The Presbyterate military is a patchwork of feudal obligations and treaties agreed between its 76 sub-kingdoms. It is a knot ready to be unpicked. To unlock espionage opt-ins, if you haven't already, deliver vital intelligence to the dark spectacled admiral in London and talk to the voracious diplomat. Yeah, we've done that, but it's going to be like complicated. Oh yeah, we're going to do this one. Defeat the Presbyter's armies. Foster a popular uprising. Your propagandist proposes it. The Presbyter has vast wealth, unguessable power, and immortality. He is an easy man to resent. It will take time. More immediately, it will take a secret capable of toppling a government, and inevitably a great deal of money. So we have a great deal of money, because I clicked a button for 30 minutes. I have the best ship in the game. I was able to buy that as well, so that's cool. And we can go up to Irem, which is actually really close, and get this Searing Enigma for like 1,500 echoes. Secure the route to Nida. Procure a living fleet to traverse the Red River. Your soldier advocates the route the Seven took on their initial attempt against Nida. It worked then and will serve again. Unfortunately, Polythreme, the only source of ships able to navigate the Red River, demands an unusual price. So we need 2 colossal fluke cores. That's not bad. Secure the route to Nida. Plot a course across 3 deserts. To reach Nida overland, you must cross 3 deserts, each more impossible than the last. Your guide, however, believes a way can be made. They will need some unusual supplies. Captivating treasure 21. I don't even know how to get these. Sunlight field. Oh, yeah, that's gonna pay. Yeah, we're gonna do the fluke course. That's like 7 times easier. Oh, okay, 7. Playing too much this game. 7 pops into my head. Breaching Nida's walls. Deploy a Leviathan from the depths of the sea. Eric has not been idle since the defeat of the Seven. He has tamed a monster of the deep sea and presents you with a report on its deployment. Oh, is it the crab that is Hideaway? That'd be so cool. We're gonna invade Immortality on a giant frickin' crab. That's awesome. This is why I love this game. We need to help him. I think we need to reduce our terror to do that as the next step. Which, yeah. Breaching Nida's walls. Invest in experimental munitions research. Cotterell and Hathersage have made great strides recently in the art of fulmination. If you could combine their chemistry with recent developments in blast shaping and some terribly modern research into thermobaric explosion, you could be onto something. Ooh, no. Oh, no. That's... Yeah, I want to frickin' invade Nida with the frickin' crab, so let's do that one. Alright. We want to gather at the stage of history to reduce our terror, because this is pretty good terror reduction. Watch a dramatic reenactment. The Drowning Chorus presents a sweeping historical opera with a 2-drink minimum. A surprisingly brisk epoch. Epic. That's probably better. A city rises and falls in a matter of hours, with cast members playing a dozen roles over the years. The dance number at the end is a crowd pleaser. Afterwards, the Drowning King assures the crowd that the dancing was strictly allegorical. Lost 10 terror, 50 echoes. Yeah, let's do that one more time. Because I think we need less than 50 to do the terror thing to help Eric. And there's not a whole lot of other good ways to reduce terror in the Far East of the map. Alright. Yeah, that's good. Then we will leave the amphitheater and leave Scrimshander altogether. No one departs without leaving something of themselves behind. Be ready. Were there quite this many guards when you came in? Was there always a pile of fresh bones by the entrance? Leave behind a story. Yeah, we got these stories together so that we would be able to do this. You can always make more. A block of memories. You take a deep breath of the bittersweet incense and recount your tales. As you speak, a chronicler carves your words onto bricks of ash and bone powder. The bone quills scratching grates and the incense stings your eyes, but you continue. By the time you've finished, your head aches and the chronicler holds a handful of bricks. Before returning to your ship, you examine one. It bears your name and a short tale. But it isn't a memory of yours. You'd remember anything that outlandish. Best to leave before they've realized the mistake they've made. You left a part of yourself behind us every time. Yeah, we already done that like several times. So. Oh yeah, this is our eschatologue class dreadnought. It's named after the Defiant from Deep Space Nine, which is the best Star Trek show. Fight me. And yeah, that's... We don't have any hunting trophies to sell. Oh, we got 52 cargo. Awesome. Actually, we're about to immediately lose the fuel, so let's purchase another one so we stay at 52. Alright. Let's go. Okay, so... we gotta go to Irem to get the Searing Enigma. So that's our first stop. And then we gotta go to Hideaway there. And I believe, like, you can find a whole bunch of just frickin' we gotta get Lorn Flukes to kill. But I think they're over this, like, this general area. And then we'll go down here and we'll try to... because we want to explore all the map, too. Because we already got this much. We're so close. Oh, this frickin' current, man. Alright. Let's get this and then we'll... awesome. Head around to, Irem. See if we can find anything to fight. So we are super overpowered. Ooh, we're not welcome here. Alright, guess we'll turn around then. Ooh, we are lagging a lot. This is an issue. Alright, so we're... it's pretty reasonable that no one's watching, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. Irem, the pillared city. She will rise from the sea and the ice will like dawn. She will be garlanded with red and decked with gold. The seventh serpent will watch you longingly from its high pedestal. You will always arrive as a stranger, but when you leave, some part of you will always remain. Cure an obsession not yet acquired. The clattery air will notice a riddlefisher in danger of developing an unhealthy obsession. Sure? Preventative medicine. The air will cut out something that is not there yet. She will come away with a sample jar of pickling brine. The specimen will grow there later slowly, layers of tissue gradually forming a missing kidney. The riddlefisher, cured in advance, will suffer no ill effects except occasional lassitude and lack of purpose. Okay, let's write report. When you sit down to write the report, you will recall that it was written already. Who wrote it? The report records that. It was already written when it was found. Who found it? The report describes another report, which will indicate the name of the finder. Where is the other report? There is a footnote, which describes when you will record its location. When will that be? When all is well, and all manner of thing is well. Oh, dang. Alright. Alright, so... why do we have so many screenage catches? That's weird. So, get a Searing Enigma, we need to buy 5 Extraordinary Implications. Yeah, we can use our Tales of Terror to buy a Z story, because Tales of Terror aren't that great. And then we'll purchase Searing Enigma. And fuel and supplies are pretty expensive, and we're doing alright. So, let's go. Alright, so I believe there are Lorn Flukes in the Empire of Han, this area. So we should stay on the surface for this one. Because we can't find them underwater. Which is kind of weird since they're supposed to live like super deep underwater, but whatever. Alright. Glorious Dreadnought, pretty easy. Shoot. Nope, 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 nope. Got him. Easy clap. What did we get? 3 Zoop. Glorious Zoop. The only fine thing ever to come from Mount Palmerston. Do devils make it or dream it? Alright, pretty good. Didn't take a single damage, so I'd say that's worth. Yeah. The thing about this game is once you get good enough at combat, there's very little that challenge you, especially if you have the Eschatologue class Dreadnought. Alright. Compile a port report. And let's keep our something mix here. Shops available. None of these really quite great. Supplies, that's good rate. That's good enough to leave. Maybe could have read the description on that, but whatever. Oh yeah, we'll definitely make it hideaway before terror increases to 50. Oh, and there's a Lorn Fluke. Awesome. Oh, it's a Savage Lorn Fluke. Excuse me. Suffered 2 damage. Oh no. We suffered a net of 4 damage, I think. Or maybe 6. Dangerous, but what an opportunity. The deliquescing body is full of incomprehensible organs that collapse at your touch. You sketch what you can, cock an ear to the departing harmonies of its violent language. At its center you find a vast lump of resin or congealed gall, the size of a barrel, flawed with darkness. In the false starlight, it is a deep violet purple. Irigo, your doctor whispers, the color of forgetfulness. We gain 3 secrets. And let's dive, because I don't think we're gonna. No, instruction prevents us from diving. Alright, so what are we at? Let's improve our hearts, because we can't improve our iron, and actually, no, our bales is really low, because. Alright. Then we'll dive. Alright. You want to go to here? Sure, guess we'll dock. I don't know. Yeah, Abyss, whatever. What the heck is this? Oh, there's a color here. Get that. And lost 100 fragments. I don't think we had any fragments, and we lost 10 Terra. That's nice. No, come on. There we go. Haven't played this game in a bit. No. Let's trade supplies for silk. Get rid of trinkets. Sure. Just harbor prisoners are not that good. We'll find better rates somewhere else. Alright, we gotta dive to get the hideaway. Oh, withered weed damaged our hull. Oh no. And there's hideaway. There's our big crabby boy. Can we go around this way? Awesome. Ow. back of a gigantic beast live exiles from every corner of the Neath. Here gather the traitors, heretics, artists, fools, and the too honest. Despite possessing a range of radically different ideologies, these outcasts live together peacefully. Alright, we can buy a memento from... oh yeah, here we go. We want to check. Help the sprightly visionary. He's industrious for one so old. He's always running around the city, aiding his cablemen or repairing electric faults. Fixing a fault. Eric passes you a scrap from his notebook. I need... it's probably Arik, not Eric. I need particularly steady hands to repair cabling. Assist? Yes. In the center of Hideaway is a small building with decorative paper windows, locked behind an iron gate nobody dares touch. Arik unlocks it and then leads you into Tide. In the center of the room is a raised brass panel and a chair. The panel is covered in switches and gauges. Central control of Hideaway. Requires rerouting. I'll point the what where. He hands you a pair of tweezers and unscrews the back of the panel, exposing a mess of wire. The operation itself is simple, if slow, but the results are immediate. The outside lights flicker before shining brighter. Arik flips a switch, the ground shakes, and you're thrown left. He flips another, and you're thrown right. Arik beams as he helps you steady yourself and pats you on the back. Sorry for that. All's well now. You've done a great service. Eternal thanks. You saved Arik's central control board, gained a secret. And then we'll... where's the... It's probably under Hideaway. 40, okay. So we need to raise it to 50. So we might need to come back later or something, I don't know. Check on the investigator. The impolite investigator ignores the patterns of resting and waking established in Hideaway. He never seems to sleep. At all hours he can be found asking questions or studying the city. Oh, we need to give him stuff now. Can rejoin the festivals. I don't really... Where do they store their goods? It's in the shops tab. You can sell fuel and supplies for bad prices. We still have something to wait to, so... I don't know how we help him some more. Yep. Ooh, we're lagging a lot of frames and skipping stuff. I'm sorry, everyone. All non-viewers long. Okay, let me look on the wiki. I don't want to deal with this nonsense. How do I get it up to... Wait, what's the name of the thing? Sprightly Visionary's Ambition. must be greater than or equal to 50. How do I increase it to 50? Fixing a fault. That says it increases it to 50, but it clearly didn't. Okay. Fine. Apparently we need to help the investigator and then murder him. So that's fun. Give me one more minute. Okay, whatever. We can get all of these things in London, but it's unfortunate that we'll have to go there. I'd hope to be able to finish without ever going back there, but that would have been cool, but alas, it was not to be. Unless we, like, miraculously find all of them. Alright, we're gonna go around to Asteval, and then we can get a whole bunch of supplies there. And our terror's doing pretty well, and we're starting to run low on fuel, so. Gather supplies. Okay, 9 supplies. Awesome sauce. No shops. Let's go. There are Lauren flukes in this area, so. And murder that crab. Crab's Tale of Terror? Really? I defeat a frickin' glorious dreadnought and I get a Tale of Terror? Thanks, game. You too. Let's see. Actually, we can go to either London or Ireland back here, so let's use all our fuel and get explore this area a bit. Clear up some of the spaces on our map. Use terror a bit. Oh, fuck. Oh, jeez. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. Through there is much better than going all the way around. Isn't there like a thing that can still be discovered here though? There is. Damn, you lied to me. And another secret. Okay, let's hope we get fuel from this guy. Or supplies. No, no, do not use our supplies. Awesome, alright. No, don't. port. There's no shops. Then we can spend our 2Z stories to either go to London or Ireland, depending on our luck. Isla will heal your story, and then it will be forgotten. When it is forgotten, so will you be. You will pass out of the memory of Rock and into the memory of Dawn. There is only one place where Dawn remembers. Yep, it's Irem. Alright. I am going to take a bit of a break to get a charging cord for the computer. Alright. We've got quite a bit to spend on fuel and supplies and stuff, so let's spend it. Alright. That's probably good. Oh shoot. Mount Palmerston is right there. It's got way better supply and fuel prices. Darn it. Oh well. Yeah, let's go to Mount Palmerston and we'll make our way back to London, and then we have to go back to Hideaway to do that with the dude, and then we'll be able to complete that, and then we just need to find one more fluke core, and then we'll be good. And then presumably we need to go back to presumably we'll need to go back to the Presbyterate actually in the game, but let's explore the island. Excuse me, just a minute of your time. Let's get our cargo up to 52. This is way past 52. 52 fuel and supplies. That's good. man. Oh, we can fight this one. Awesome, 2 fuel. Whatever, that's not worth it. Let's go fight these unfinished pirates. An intriguingly lumpy sack. It's probably not a sack full of skulls. It is, in fact, a sack full of skulls. Who the hell puts skulls in a sack? Alright. So we gained 3 lamentable relics. That's not great, but whatever. We're gonna go to Polythream and then we'll submerge, try to make some more money, because it's generally more profitable to be in the Under Z. Or the Under Z, that is. And then we can see all these spoopy mouths in the back of the bottom of the water. Oh, hi. Hi, Kyle. How are you doing? I'm good. I just finished up my math and Spanish. Finished up my math and Spanish finals, so that's good. I don't know how well they went, and probably doesn't really matter since my grades in both of those classes were pretty solid. But pretty like not likely to change. You can warn some merchants about rack. The tavern patrons are so raucous the sobbing of the cup seems well behaved in comparison. Evidently the sailors will soon travel rack on a lucrative contract. Everyone is buying rounds for everyone despite the beer's gurgle and prayers for deliverance. His sailors dance on a table that groans and whimpers. The captain welcomes you with a clap on the back and asks you what you'd like to drink on this happy occasion. Perhaps not so happy, you say. At the end of your story, the captain and his sailors are all groaning in unison with the rest of Polythream. Nevertheless, after he blows his nose into a demoralized handkerchief, he conveys his thanks and pays you a small but exceedingly noisy reward. It should quiet once you leave the isle. Awesome. Cure sharpness and empathy. Compile a port report. What news from Polythream? Roads royal, bricks quiver. The windows light of all the buildings flash like eyes. The palace of the city swells and roars. The convulsion is how clay men are born. Even now, somewhere below, they open their blind seeming gray eyes. Gain 5 terror, report, and fragment. Awesome. And we can not buy or sell anything, so that's fun. Alright, let's do the submerge. this way until we find something. And this way we get to see all the spoopy faces in the water. Because it is polythreme. And hear all the spoopy noises. I didn't realize that there were noises in there. I guess I don't often play with the audio on. That's cool. Ooh, it's a neither. Huh. Alright, pretty easy. I am super overpowered because I am in the very far end game. Continue shining a light upon it. Never trust anything that seems in a hurry to die. You spread the lamps upon the spreading undulating blackness of its carcass. You can hear the telltale sizzling sound through the hull. Something twinkles within the dark window of the neither as it leeches away. The star spread of a night sky interrupted by a canopy of leaves. A far-off jungle, dark fruits, and many-fingered figures sway in the trees. You tear yourself from the porthole, and when you look again, it is all gone. Only clear water remains as though the neither had never been. Gain an extraordinary implication. That's 250 echoes. Nice. And lost 3 terror. Awesome. It says it's lagging frames or something. That's weird. It's been doing that all day, or all stream. We don't really need to land at this island. Like, there's not really anything there for us, and it's better to just stay here underwater. Be antisocial. Well, shit, I wrote the wrong button. Well, apparently we're going to go to that island anyway. Sure. This will replenish our oxygen, so. Oh yeah, right. It got destroyed. That was sad. Part of that island storyline is that other nations will try to come and take it over, and you can have them fight for their independence, and sometimes they fail and get destroyed, and that happened on this one, so that's sad because they're cute hamsters and rats and stuff, but there's a lot you can do. Ooh. Let's fight the pirate poet. Awesome. And get money and fuel and supplies. Cool. And oh, more zoop. Awesome. Just straight ahead. sisters need provisions for the feast of Saint Ignat. Something fresh. They were prepared to pay with Scintillac. Made a strange catch for Scintillac. I'm sure you have space in your hole. Awesome. Saint Ignat is a patron saint of fish. Your strange catch is probably close enough. The dark-skinned, unsmiling sister hands you a coffer. Gathered by our bravest sisters, she says, before she lets you take it. It's a long dive to the reefs. The rocks are sharp. The currents are strong. Sometimes there are monsters. Chainmail whispers under her habit. Yeah. Badass monster hunting nuns. Alright. There's nothing to sell, so let's just keep going to London. It's probably not worth it to submerge at this point when we're so close. We have no recent news, so we can't trade that for the story, but have 7 visions of the surface. So he had arranged for a series of frescoes to commemorate what he was. Can you supply inspiration then? Spring, autumn. The executor listens in silence. Yes, she says at last. That's what we've lost. Thank you. Gained 100 echoes for 7 visions of the surface. Nice. Deliver claimant. This is where they wanted to be, or at least where they're supposed to be. One by one, they rise uncomplainingly, with no trace of stiffness or discomfort from the long voyage. The deck resounds beneath their heavy tread. A shroom yard manager waits on dock, tapping her foot. About time, she says. Here's your payment. Come along now, you. There's a good construct. Not really. A little chat with the scholar. Tantalizing shafts of light. Adam's Way, the nature of the Echo Bazaar, what lifebergs eat, the reason islands seem to move, why candles can't be trusted. The scholar has opinions on all of these. Some may even be true. Okay, 15 fragments. Okay, and let's sell our stuff. No. It's like 120 times. We don't want to sell the flip core. We need that. Sell a lump of blue Scintillac either, and we don't want to sell the Serum Enigma, but we can sell this extraordinary implication. Then we will submit poor reports. Lots of fuel, lots of port reports, lots and lots of port reports. Oh my god, how many port reports did I make? Gonna run out of space in our hold for fuel. Okay, that's the end. Awesome. Sell the Scintillac, sell the Zoop. And we still got tons of money. Get our news. This bit of terror. And we can sell the news to the people on the ship for more terror reduction. And yeah, I think that's that. Do we have anything else to sell? No. Let's get some more supplies. We gotta get 52, because 52 is the only number. And then, where do we want to go from here? So, alright, so we gotta get coffee, honey, and mushroom wine to this guy. If we go down here, we'll be able to purchase honey or coffee for cheaper. And then go up this way, and then hopefully run into another Lorn fluke at some point over here, and then go up here and deliver all of our things and complete the ambition. How much time? It's been a bit over an hour. Awesome. Right, but first we need to get the honey and the wine. And then we do give that to the dude at Hideaway, and then that counts as completion, I think. That's the merge. There's not a whole lot between us and there. Hang on. We wanted to go to the lightship and give our recent news. Then we can merge. this case, it seems these pirates like to play dead in person as well. Fortunately, your crew aren't the kind to be fooled twice. They'd return with clean cutlasses and bloodied boots. Some are even smiling. Okay. Gained 139 echo, 2 fuel, 2 supplies. Awesome. Stop. Really? 30 health? Easy. Alright. Attempt to board the wreck. Gain 30 supplies, 3 fuel. Cool. This will give us supplies, I think. Disease bounty sustained us plus 1 supplies. Awesome. Oh god, what the fuck is that? Nope. Oh, I've got a Sure. Why not? Confused. Let's try to avoid the crying knights because blue parrots are annoying as hell and they give shit. They give like nothing, so blue prophets, whatever. They're frickin' parrots, man. stuff for pretty good prices. Let's get back up to 52. Cargo. That's 52. He's 52. Alright. Let's try to get rid of some darkness. Awesome. Probably could not get to take one of those. Alright, spin the story. It's 5 total. Got another cask of mushroom. Okay. Strands. Oh yeah, we are losing hull at this point. Oh come on. No, give me that square. Fuck you, game. Give me that square. Come on. Are you serious? Maybe later. Let's see what this is like underwater. Losing a lot of hull, but if we can take it, it's fine. It's all, huh. Alright. That's interesting. We're still losing hull. Alright, we come out at exactly 500. Awesome. Oh, yay! It cleared. Thank God. Ooh, it's a wreck. Retrieve supplies. Gain a supply. A supplies. The hull is a wretched, half-collapsed thing, shattered beams and floating debris. Your navigator helps you move a spar of fallen steel, uncovering sealed boxes. They contain heavily salted biscuits, hardtack, preservatives, and lard. Okay. No. respawned. Let's kill it again. Made the text so it just says Republican. Oh, he hit me! Fuck you. You're not allowed to do that. Dark drop coffee, okay. We could run the boilers on this stuff, your second engineer remarks, if we run out of coke. He sees your expression and hastens to add, We couldn't. Please don't put the coffee in the firebox, Captain. It would be a shocking waste. Wax wound. This is gonna be annoying. Buttery bloom of light on the southern horizon. You approach Varchis, the mirrored city. Oh yeah, Varchis is cool. I don't know if I'll stop there because I don't really need to, but I do kind of want to. Let's go with Varchis. Awesome, that's a fully cleared map, folks. How do I take a screenshot? Let's see if there's fuel supplies or anything we can buy Compile report. Tone down the details of the light and its brilliance. You don't want to inspire envy in the Admiralty staff. This is a really cool port, but I want to finish this thing relatively quickly because I'm probably gonna do stuff later today, and we're already an hour and 30 minutes long stream, so. And it's a long port for each visit, so. Oh, shoot. This is what happens when you alt-tab. Ooh, they do a lot more damage up close. It's fine, though. We are overpowered. Ow, that was dumb. Awesome. Took a lot of damage, but we got the fluid core. And I found how to take a screenshot of Windows. There we go. Wait, no. I need to bring up the map first. There we go. That's our completed map, folks. Let's gather supplies. Pilot port report. Turn off all the light because we don't really need to. And then submerged. Then we can just go straight to script or hopefully. I don't know if we'll have the oxygen to do that, but game, why do you do this to me? Ow. Stop. Please. Alright, cool. Pilot port report. Check on the investigator. The impolite investigator ignores the patterns of resting and walking established in Hideaway. He never seems to sleep. At all hours, he can be found asking questions or studying the city. Today, however, he's withdrawn to his room and is unduly quiet. What is he up to? Miserable realizations. The investigator is curled up on his bed, but sits when he notices you. I need something to help me relax, clear my head. Anything. I'll try anything. Hideaway is doomed. It'll crack or be left on the seafloor, citizen. And I'm the only one who knows. His eyes are bleary red. It's Temtem. The beast is growing. Should have already shed its cell, but I guess it's willing itself to hold on. It can't beat biology, though, can it? It's going to outgrow Hideaway soon. He drags himself from this bed. Everyone here needs to know. They need to leave. I'll compile my notes, and we must tell them. Please, citizen. They won't listen to me. They dislike me, but if you said something... It is a fact. Temtem will outgrow Hideaway, destroying the city. The impolite investigator wants to tell the people. Again, an extraordinary implication. Lost our stuff. Speak to this sprightly visionary. He's waving to you from a brightly lit alleyway. A request. The sprightly visionary shows you a page of the notebook chained to his wrist. He has written a request for you. The investigator threatens to destroy Hideaway and everything you and I have worked towards. He must be killed. accept. Murder the investigator. The sign showing you accept responsibility for a task. You must cross your arms and grab your own shoulders then. Okay, well, here's the thing. This captain is, like, not a good person at all. I've already done, like, terrible stuff, so we're gonna murder the investigator. Arik tuts and stop you mid-acceptance. He scribbles you a note. No time. You know where he sleeps. Suggesting. Smothering. Less obvious. Once you've read it, he tears the sheet from the path and eats it. It eats it? Okay. It is 2 days before the investigator is discovered. He died in his sleep. A peaceful end. If anyone wonders why his skin has a blue tone, they're too polite to ask. You ensured hideaway will be well maintained for Arik. The truth is that all is well in Hideaway. No one knows otherwise. Gained 1 Tale of Terror, gained an iron, and gained a Searing Enigma. Oh, okay. Well, we didn't need to buy the Searing Enigma from iron, but whatever. Fulfill the last request. The sprightly visionary presents a note. I have a request for you. Will you accept? Sprightly visionary presents you a letter. Unmask the Gov of Wisdom. Tell him his captain orders him to Hideaway. I swear by Lady Miriam that the consequences will be morbid if duties neglected. He then performs the bow of gracious thanks and departs. Well, I don't know if we need to do that to complete the ambition, but we definitely can, since Wisdom is right next to Scriptshander, so we can shut off our lights to conserve fuel, because you don't really need to worry about terror. So let's go to Wisdom. Wisdom. The heck is that? What's that? Unclear what this is, but our engineer assures us that it will burn. Okay. Cool. Gained us some fuel. And if need be, we can resupply in Port Cecil. Now, that's what happens when I don't pay attention to where I'm going. It's still lagging and skipping frames, dang. Oh, nope, that's a bomb. Don't want to mess with that. Let's see, do we have enough oxygen to make it there? Probably not. Do we have enough fuel and supplies? Yeah, probably. So we don't have to stop at Port Cecil. Yeah, and we resupplied a full oxygen on stopping in port, so we'll stop in Wisdom, and that'll give us enough oxygen to get to Hideaway easily. We will surface here. We'll get to Wisdom. Then we'll get to Hideaway, and then we'll complete that. Then we'll probably have to go down to the Presbyterate to finish the ambition. So we should get lots of fuel and supplies. the Hanate. Now it answers only to the governor, and the governor answers to no one. Unmask the governor and present the summons to Hideaway. The governor is a ferocious, feared man. Do you dare honor the sprightly visionary's request? Yeah, let's do it. When you pass through the last gate of brass and iron, the governor does not welcome you. He only sits, unmoving. You approach. He raises a hand. You leap to his desk and rip off his mask. Hello, you've seen his scarred face elsewhere. Polytheme is a high bounty on his head after he captured their vessels long ago and led them to their doom in some forgotten escapade. The governor roars and pulls a pistol from beneath his desk. Before he can fire, you relate the sprightly visionary's orders. He stands, knocking over his high back chair. I will begin gathering my men at once. He bows deeply. Delivered. Awesome. I assume that he's the guy who gave the seven their living ships, so he is our buddy. We're gonna frickin' invade Immortality City. Let's get up to 52 fuel and supplies. Cool. That's probably not quite enough supplies, but oh well. And then we submerge and go to Hideaway. Or Scrimshander. Why did I say Hideaway that whole time? Scrimshander. Oh my god. Before you looms the bone tower of Scrimshander, the city of remembrance. Ivory structures jut from the pile supported by buttressing tusks. As your light plays across them, you can make out inscriptions, names, pictures, dozens of lost languages. The largest ones carry a warning. All are welcome to enter, but none may depart without leaving something of themselves behind. Except the price and dock. A solemn drownee stands vigil outside the port, holding a ceremonial key carved from a femur. All travelers, pilgrims, and truth-seekers are welcome, but leaving bears a steep price. Oh, I forgot to get some stories, but oh well. It's fine, this is the last time, so. Through the ivory gates. After scrupulously noting your ship's details, the Guardian welcomes you to Scrimshander. The ivory gate parts before you. Dozens of finger bones click apart and beckon you into the dry center of the citadel. You walk down a damp nave of bone. Intricately carved ivory walls depict improbable scenes from history. The walls are edged in tiny finger bones, each bearing a single name. Inhabitants wear ashen robes and carry steel-tipped bone quills, but you recognize most as drownees or chelinate expatriates. While most are quiet and ignore visitors, you hear heated arguments over interpretations of the sacred remains. Sacred remains, which will include whatever you leave behind when you depart. Visit Miriam. Yep. We already read this. Lay your plans. Foster a popular uprising. A rumble on the mountain. Movements begin in small ways, whispers in the bazaar, slogans daubed in alleyways. In this case, the words that are spread and are sacred. An order of the first presbyter, written long ago in Nida. No man shall live 1,000 years. When the people of the elder continent learn that their presbyters don't die when they live to 1,000, but instead retire to the College of Mortality to advise the next ruler, they are incensed. The movement spreads slowly, the Mithridiate office, the Prester's own misinformers working hard to stamp it out. You keep it alive with the liberal application of money. The pebble is rolling now. In a few years, you will lead the avalanche to Nida. In a few years? Okay. Gained a secret, lost 2,000 echoes, lost the... Awesome. Whatever. We'll do that later. Secure the route to Nida. Procure a living fleet to traverse the Red River. Your soldier advocates the route... already read this. The bargain. What does the living city want with fluke cores? Fluke cores? Its 100-hearted king will not say. The crewman who delivered them reports carrying them to the white villa atop the hill, where countless statues waited with stony, avid eyes. It will take years to construct the whole fleet, but when the first vessel slides gracefully into Batuk's shoreside encampment. Its oars sing a joyous hosanna. Their harmony is impeccable. Nice. A joyous hosanna. Yeah, that's it. Breaching Nida's walls, deploy a Leviathan from the depths of the Z. Leviathan. Arek's plan involves steering Temtem from the Z across the Elder Continent and using the beast as a siege engine. Fuck yes. That's amazing. Temtem will topple the walls like meringue, his report claims. He seems confident, but will take a long period of gradual excursions for the great city beast of Hideaway to build up a tolerance for life above the waves. Arx gets started immediately. Retire from seafaring life to plan the conquest of Nida. The time has come, Miriam said, to dedicate yourself wholeheartedly to our endeavor. We have much work to do. Oh, okay, so that's the end right there. Her memories are fading. There is much she must pass on to you regarding the presbyterate before they vanish altogether beyond the means of her engravings and statues to recover. 7 years pass. Because it's 7, of course. 7 years later. Oh, achievement unlocked. We beat the ambition, guys. That's awesome. 7 years later, across the gloomy sea, across the carmine sands and the lurid violet jungles in the brazen veldt. To the mountain, blazing bright, to Nida. Her basalt walls are broken, bloodshed stains her gemstone streets. This close, the light of the mountain is savage. Lenses of sapphire protect your eyes as you march along this avenue of lament. At its end, beyond a statue of the first presbyter, is the funeral facade of the College of Mortality. Grim. Your detachment has penetrated furthest into the city. Bachuk is at your side, bearing the Seven's apple and plowshare banner. Okay. This is it, he bellows over the sound of battle. The last time, this is as far as we got. Your moment is at hand. Betray the Seven and seize the immortality for yourself. Democratize death. Forsake your pest, protect his presbyter. Really? We don't even have to do like an iron challenge or something? Huh. Alright, yeah, we're gonna democratize death, guys. Like, we're not gonna betray these people. These are cool people. We're not an asshole. Actually, our character is kind of an asshole, but we're gonna do it anyway. Hold to the plan. Stay loyal to the Seven. Liberty, equality, eternity. With a cry, you charge, and in a short, bloody battle, force your way into the college. Behind its mausoleum grim walls, it is as close to a paradisiac afterlife as can be achieved. Ceilings aglow with stars, or azure with dazzling recreations of a summer's sky. Pools of cold crystal water, servants of seraphic beauty. The once presters fight back. Their vitality is impossible. Bullets do not kill them, nor swords. Your men stop fighting like soldiers and start fighting like butchers. Your victory is slow, but inevitable. At the back of the college is a vast door guards the way into the mountain's heart. Your remaining soldiers drag it open, revealing a tunnel reaching into the mountain's searing stone. Not even your sapphire goggles allow you to see within. A warm breeze spills out, carrying the scents of saffron, of lavender, of apples. Beyond lies the garden, the root of immortality. The rest of the Seven join you, and you enter as one. Your followers are close behind, part march, part procession, part festival. You lead them through the blazing light, whiter than a sun's heart. This captain's career is complete. Gained 5 hearts, gained 5 pages. You now have a trophy, a family Bible. King James' edition, of course. One passage is circled in old red ink, Romans 6:9. That's like something about immortality or something. Like immortality through Jesus. This is not immortality through Jesus. This is immortality through fucking mountains or some craziness. Alright. That was cool. Oh, hi Nate. The finals went pretty well. As far as I know, like, they were both, like, short things, so... Yeah, in all, like, that was pretty good. I would have liked to see, like, more resistance from the Presbyterate, like, or at least a challenge at the end, because I buffed my iron, like, a ton in anticipation that there would be, like, a very difficult challenge. But then, there wasn't, and I'd hope there would be, like, I don't know, like a team of Presbyterate assassins that tried to take me out, but apparently they didn't even know what I was doing the whole time. Whatever. We're not gonna choose a legacy or whatever, because I'm done with this thing. This is all I wanted to get out of it. But yeah, that is the Submariner ambition, folks. So yeah, that's that. I've got a few other games to finish in the next week or so for LoveIndies week, or weeks rather. Got Darkest Dungeon. I've also got the Wealth Ambition in Sunless Skies. I'm going to finish that and then actually go into some of the other regions of Sunless Skies and explore those. So that'll be cool. And then I did promise Jester that I would do a Candy Box 2 playthrough. So I will do that at some point. Probably not this weekend, because I know he's busy, but like at some point, because I do want him to see it. So let's see if we can find someone to raid.